Hello,
Howdy, everybody.
people of the internet. It is May. It's time for the HQ&A for Crowfall. I am Todd Coleman, Creative Director.
Thomas Blair, Lead Designer.
And we are here to answer questions from the community about Crowfall and hopefully shed a little light on some of the mysteries of what it is we do here. So, question number one. I'm going to paraphrase. Basically, the question is asking, what's the deal with attributes versus skills versus stats? Like, how do those things interrelate?
Gotcha. Well, we have an attribute system which has 5 attributes: strength, dexterity, intelligence, spirit, and constitution.
Oh, you got them all? I thought you were going to screw it up.
No, I got them all.
All right.
Each of those kind of filters down into a bunch of substats. For example, if you were to raise your dexterity attribute, it would also raise your critical hit chance and your critical damage.
And how, Mr. Blair, do you raise that attribute?
Well,
question.
It's great. You can do it via picking an archetype because they're defined on the archetype level.
Yep.
You can add disciplines, which do it as well. And
advantage and disadvantage runestones.
We haven't built that yet, so I keep.
No, we haven't. We haven't done it yet. But when the game is done, you'll be able to also use that. So it does. I guess that's worth noting, though, that means you aren't using like there's no on level up.
Nope.
Little points or anything like that.
Nope,
right?
we don't have levels.
Yeah, it's because there is no level up like that. So okay, was that all of the stats one?
That was pretty much most of the stats one.
Yeah, I think that was all of the stats one. All right, moving on. All right, next question is about crafting, and really the question is about quality levels of items. Like, do you have varying quality levels of the same reagent? What they're actually driving to, though, is stacking rules. They want to know how the stacking rules work.
Well, we have an inventory system that's very similar to Diablo,
right?
Which is
it's a grid of items.
It's a grid of items, and items have different grid sizes. We can combine items via crafting from smaller ones into slightly bigger ones, but it's still less space than all of the little ones total in your inventory.
Yeah, so there's not really a stacking rule similar to, say, Minecraft, right? Where you have 1 and then it goes to 5 and then it goes up to 99 or whatever. Instead, I might have this particular item that takes up a 2x2 and it's 100 units, and this item over here takes up a 2x2 and it's 100 units. And I can use a crafting recipe to combine 6 of those into a 4x4 that has 600 units. So effectively, what you're doing is you're compressing these things into a tighter space.
So you can carry more.
Now, if you break those apart while you're out in the world, it's lossy, right?
Correct.
You're always going to lose some of the material that you've amassed, or you can take them back to a particular POI and then break them down losslessly. Basically, break them down without losing any efficiency, right?
Pretty much it.
All right. So there you go. There's our stacking rules.
Next question.
The next question is about emotes: dance and wave and bow. Shadowbane had a crotch chop. It's a wrestling move. It's very important. So okay, the quick answer on emotes is, yeah, emotes are fun. People like them, but priority-wise, they're just not on the list right now. I mean, we've got a bunch of archetypes we need to finish. We've got a whole bunch of disciplines we haven't even really started yet. Your cats are meowing.
The kittens are wrestling.
Blair brought his cats to the office today. It smells like crap in here. So, completely unprofessional. Unacceptable.
Hi, babies.
So anyway, emotes and kittens, not particularly necessary at this moment.
Kittens are always necessary at any moment.
At some point, we'll get back to emotes. It is on the list. It just we're still in creating core important animations that take priority. There you go.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Next up, assassin wings. What's the point of the assassin wings? Can you fly?
Flying? No.
No, you can't fly. Can you glide?
Yes.
Yes. Can you feather fall? If you jump off the top of a
and just slowly drift down.
So yes on gliding, yes on feather fall. We may even do a super leap that lets you have a burst where you can get over a wall or you can get up to a wall or something like that.
Or you can just get really high and then you can glide forward.
Yeah, we haven't exactly locked down how that's going to work or what the powers are there. We'll do that when we get to the assassin.
But no levitating and shooting downwards.
Yeah, that just causes too many troubles. You have all the animation issues where they die in the air and now they're just kind of lying there, which makes no sense. We had all that stuff in Shadowbane. So there you go. There's the quick answer for you on assassin wings. Next question?
Yep, next question.
Okay, the next question is about training in the EK. So basically this person is saying, hey, chain pull's really hard. to snag something. So I'd like to practice. Can I have some kind of dummies that run around or something like
So
that?
not skill training, but
This is literally
but practicing.
Practicing, training. So you can recruit some newbies, I suppose, and do it that way, which would be hilarious.
Just ask them to run paths around
Yeah, just
you.
run in circles around you. So I don't know. Eventually I'd love to come up with other stuff that we can do that we can get people to put in their EKs. I think that's pretty cool. It's clearly not core though.
No.
You probably, you guys have noticed a difference now in my answers, right? At the beginning of a project, you're dealing with creative director Todd, who's all about, hey, that might be cool. Yeah, we should try that out. Like the midpoint of a project, I shift hats over to producer Todd, who's all about, no, we're not going to do that. We have to get the core game done. We got to ship it. So I've clearly shifted mode now to producer Todd. So no is the quick answer. No, we're not going to do that. Maybe after launch though. After launch, post-launch, I'm still in director Todd mode. Anything can happen. The game will be up for 10 years, but before launch, no.
Then you're looking for things to put in there.
Eventually, yeah, if you're lucky. Right? Question, Mr. Blair, if that is your real name. Can I increase the performance of my client by having a dedicated physics card?
No.
No, unfortunately you can't. And the reason for that is we do server-side physics. So if you're playing a game that gets a benefit out of that, what that means is it's calculating it on your machine. Because we need server to be authoritative, because we don't want people cheating on their clients, unfortunately, that's the kind of thing that we can't offload onto individual.
As much as we would like to.
Yeah, we'd love to, but it won't really give you a benefit. Sorry. One thing we can do eventually, when we hit that point, is we can buy better machines or acquire, basically requisition better machines from AWS to run our servers, right? Hardware, like buying a better box, what I call the money hose solution, right? Washing away your problems with a bunch of money. That's always a viable solution if you have the money. We don't right now.
By requisition, you also mean paying them lots of money.
Yeah, pay lots of money, which we don't have that money right now, so we can't do it now. But even then, now it's too early. Really, you don't want to start trying to kind of hit things with the hardware hammer until you've optimized everything on the software side. We're really so early on, we haven't done that yet. I think we're topping out at about 100 people on a server right now, which is way, way, way too small, but we just haven't gotten to it. So, in fact, that stuff is what we're looking at next. So,
Siege Perilous has been a great spot for us to start optimizing.
Yeah, we've started to look at it, but we haven't really done anything noticeable there. So, client and server optimization, dealing with large-scale numbers of people, that is coming very soon.
I loved having proximity/say chat bubbles in Swig and Ultima Online. Will we have this option in Crowfall?
No. So this is one that we talked about, and we just decided stylistically, we didn't think it fit this game. I mean, some games it works great. In this game, I mean, in Galaxies, you guys had like different.
Based on your mood.
Based on your mood, you had different styles.
So if you were icy mood, your chat bubble had little icicles at the end of it.
That's really cute. No, we're not going to do that though. We're going to instead spend that time on the actual chat window because we think that's much more important for the type of gameplay that we're pushing, which is communicating with other people with an end. Like, let's take over that castle. Let's hit this POI. Let's take this caravan. So I think we're going to put all of our effort there into the chat system, which in my opinion is sorely lacking and needs the help.
It's definitely version 1.0 right
now. It's not particularly useful or usable. So anyway, we'll tackle that first. After launch, would we do it? I don't know. I mean, I guess if enough of the players wanted it, we would consider it, but my current gut is that it just doesn't feel right for Crowfall.
Especially mood-based chat bubbles.
Yeah, or anything with Comic Sans.
Comic Sans.
Okay, I guess that's it for this time. So there's also a bunch of questions that came up on the Reddit AMA last week. So if you have other ideas or thoughts that you want to look up and see if we've said anything about it recently, I'd say go there because we answered dozens and dozens and dozens of questions. And anything that we didn't cover, feel free to post it on the forums, especially our dev partners, and we will compile those and answer them
next month.
Around this time next month. All right?
See you next month.
Thanks, guys.